So in this episode, we're going to talk to Mark about machine learning. It's really close to my heart because we've heard so much about it, haven't we, Mark? And machine learning, do we need a mass amount of data? Actually, can you just tell me what is machine learning?
Sure, no problem. So machine learning is taking, as you suggested, a mass amount of data and then trying to figure out some patterns or some intelligence from it. So you're right to think you do need quite a lot of data, and actually there's two bits of it. There's the data set that kind of figures out, looks for the patterns. Then you have another piece that kind of tests it. And so yeah, you certainly need that data available. So as an example, I want to do some machine learning on my house. So every time my doorbell is pressed, I have a Ring.com doorbell, every time that's pressed, it logs it to a spreadsheet.
Right.
And every time I leave the house, my heating system tells this spreadsheet that we've left the house. And so I've had this going for about 6 months. Once I get to a year, I'm going to use a bit of machine learning to try and predict when I would normally leave the house.
That's fantastic. Great example. So if I built an app, and I'd probably use an ISV to do this.
Yep.
Actually, we're hooked up with a few ISVs at the moment for
Brilliant.
our Cloud Academy, so that's all good.
That is good.
But what I'm really interested in is if I build the app and I turn it on and it starts to build that mass amount of data, how long will it be before it's machine learned and it will be a usable example?
So it's a really good question. So I suppose the way to think about it is it depends on how much data you have coming in. So if it was a sensor on a traffic light, you're going to have quite a lot of data coming in, so it's going to take 2-3 weeks, however long it would be to get that sort of level of information. If it's my doorbell on a particularly slow week, then you're not going to get that much data. It's worth knowing that there is some machine learning you could use already where we've pre kind of amassed that data. So like the image recognition is a good example. So you can give us an image or a video, and we can tell you what's happening in the video. It's a person walking a dog, flying a kite, or whatever it might be.
Yeah, so it's already been ongoing. I mean, it's really been talked about in the last year maybe, but actually there's still been quite a lot of machine learning going on in the background.
Yes, in fact, anyone with an Outlook account would already see quite a lot of that. So Office 365 as well, when you have an email come in and it's got a package and it says, I realise there's a package here, do you want us to track that package? Or the one that has your flight details. That's a massive information that's been supplied to a machine learning set. And then it's figured out what a package email looks like or what a flight email looks like.
Okay, so it's being marketed more. It's obviously the future, isn't it? So really excited about that. And just how secure is it, Mark? You know, I mean, where is it stored? Presumably on Azure. You can store it anywhere in a data center. But how secure is it? And how secure are Microsoft data centers?
So there is a bunch of information online you can see about the levels of accreditation and the type of people that we have working at those data centers. The thing I would think about is almost how secure is the data if it's somewhere else. So I've had a conversation with someone saying, I don't want to use Office 365, I want it on my machine in my office because it's more secure. And so I said to that person, that's kind of fair enough, where's your office? And they said, oh, it's blah, blah road in Richmond. And I said, well, okay, I know where your data is now, so it's not really that secure. So that's certainly the way to think about it is, can you make it more secure than it would be in a data center?
Okay, it's great. Really interesting to learn more about machine learning. So in the next episode, what we're going to talk to Mark about is artificial intelligence.